Hi, good evening, everybody, and I warmly welcome you on behalf of UP Educators. My name is Nishita Israni, and I'm going to be taking you through the Innovative Teaching Practice webinar. So, welcome to each one of you, and I'm going to be, explaining to you all the aspects of this course, the advantages, the components, and of course, we'll be very happy to take your questions at the end. So, please do feel free to add any, if you have a question in the chat box. I am going to mute you now for now so that, while I'm speaking, there's no disturbance, but we'll be very happy to hear from you. And if you have any doubts, please do put it in the chat window, right? So with that, I welcome you all. And it's a pleasure being here with you, and let's get started. So welcome for the Innovative Teaching Practices webinar. Yeah, so welcome from UP Educators, and very happy and proud to share that our academic partners with whom we are associated are very credible names in the industry. There's Google for Education partner, we are. Microsoft, we are also a certified exam partner with them. Cambridge is an institute that we are associated with and conduct courses for them. Our courses are also accredited by the MEPSC, which is a Government of India organization, and the Skill India, confers these certificates. On the international front, ATHI, which is a UK-based organization, it actually, provides a certificate to the innovative teaching practice, the course that you are looking to enroll for, and STEM.org. So it's really a pleasure to be, part of such an esteemed group of partnerships. Right. A little bit about UP Educators. We are India's leading institute, and what we offer is these instructor-led, like just now I'm meeting with all of you. That's what we do. And our main mission here or vision here is actually to teach, equip teachers to teach using the 21st century pedagogy or innovative teaching practices, use AI tools in this teaching process, and of course, technology. And this whole culmination of pedagogy, technology, and AI is something that we believe is going to enhance the learning experiences and improve the learning outcomes. So that's what we are here to do. And thank you once again for joining us. So until now, we've had the good fortune and, of course, the opportunity to train 25,000 plus educators. And these educators are from 9,000 plus schools and colleges across curriculum. So again, what it tells you is that the course Innovative Teaching Practice is applicable or is, very, very relevant for teachers from ICSC, CBSC, IB, state curriculum, even colleges, right? Because it's about the best practices in teaching using innovative teaching practice, AI, and of course, tech tools. We also have the largest teacher community on social media with 4 lakh plus followers. And, you can find us on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and of course, X, right? So please do join the tribe. We also, believe that we want to invite, or we want the best practices to be imparted to all of you. And we invite experts, voices in education. These are all national teacher awardees who come from a range of subjects, and they will be also here along with us. We also are really proud and happy that 2 of the teachers who did the course with us, Mrs. Malti and Mr. Chandan Mishra, have won the National Teaching Awards. And of course, it was because of them using AI, them using technology and innovative teaching practice, why they were conferred this award. Also, as we live in a very connected world, we live in a world that we all look at reviews. UP Educators, has a 4.9 out of 5 rating, and this is by 2,000 plus educators. So obviously, the quality of the course or the usefulness or the relevance of it is something that we are very mindful of keeping absolutely updated and research based, right? We also have started this wonderful endeavor called the International Teachers Olympiad. And we have over 25,000 teachers who in annually. So we do it annually, subject wise. It is organized for the educators. And again, we have them for a range of categories: primary Olympiad, English Olympiad, Science Olympiad, pre-primary Olympiad, Math Olympiad, and Digital Olympiads. So these teachers who would have participated, we of course review all their lesson plans. We're looking at their whatever resources they're sharing, and that kind of gives us a very good or fantastic idea uh, of best practices in the industry. And of course, this is something that you will win an award for. So this has been covered in the media as well. And of course, because we have such a wonderful resource available, we do have all these lesson plans for us to refer to, for us to also sort of use them as a resource, right? Another really exciting endeavor that UP Educators has done is they have introduced India's first AI platform for educators. Now I know that all of us use a lot of different AI platforms for various things, but this is the first one which has been actually curated for teachers, and all the resources, right from, and I'll take you through that, from using generating lesson plans to worksheets to differentiated plans to so many things, and we'll go on to that, right? So obviously our idea or our mission, or rather our intention, is to empower the Indian educators to teach smarter with AI. And there is just, like, I would say, at least close to about 250 different things you can do on this particular AI website. And this particular website access will be given to you along with you signing up for the course. And there's nothing extra that we will be charging for that, okay? Just to reassure you. Also, of the teachers who have educators who have joined us, 2000 plus have become Google and Microsoft certified educators. And you also will have the opportunity in this course, to be gaining this certificate. And I'll explain that to you in just a little while. Yeah, this is about the social media. Now, let's dive deep into the webinar. What I'm going to talk to you in this innovative teaching practice webinar is a little bit about the challenges and opportunities for teachers. Why do they need to do this course? How this course is going to equip you to teach Generation Alpha, that is the students born from 2010 onwards. We will also talk about, what the renewed or what the updated stakeholders' expectations, which is whether it's schools or the government, is from teachers. And of course, I will take you through the teaching practice or the innovative teaching practice. We'll also be sharing a certificate of participation at the end of the webinar. So I'm going to be sharing the link with you at the end. Please do click on the link, fill up your details, and you will almost instantaneously, within a couple of minutes, I would say, get your certificate, right? So please do stay with us to the end, and please do get this certificate for yourself, okay? So let's talk about, why do we need to do this course? It is because there are challenges that are being faced by educators, okay? So what are these challenges that the educators are facing, because of which they need to equip themselves? Work-life balance challenges. We all know that teachers are burdened, they feel burnt out, they feel there's just too much of work, right? Also, the currently with the generation that we are dealing, we find that they're not very engaged in the classroom. They seem to be distracted, they seem to be not really engaging with the content, and also that the teachers feel that for the amount of work they're doing, the salaries are very low. Okay, so we have to then think, like, why are these teachers facing these challenges, right? So what has happened is that because of the exponential changes in the field of not just education, even technology, whatever training we have done in the past, like a B.Ed perhaps, is now obsolete. That means we need to be updating ourselves, right? There have been many changes in technology, in education, in neuroscience have happened. We have not been able to keep updated. And obviously, because we are so busy and burdened and overworked, we are not able to spend time on self-professional development, right? And also another challenge that we are facing, because we need to equip ourselves with innovative teaching practice, with AI, with tech tools, is that we are now teaching Generation Alpha. So you would say, who is Generation Alpha, Ms. Nishita? I would say these are the students who are born from 2010 to 24, right? And the next one from 25 onwards is going to be Gen Beta. Obviously, they're two babies, they're not coming to our class. So there are some very peculiar or very typical things about this generation. They are called the digital natives. As you know, they are born with technology. They have grown up with technology. They are very good at using their digital tools, smartphones, digital platforms rather than classrooms. They prefer that, right? Also, this generation alpha, they have a lot of different learning styles, right? They could be, some of them are visual, some of them are auditory, some of them like hands-on, some of them need to read and write. These learners are also coming from very different linguistic background. So we also have to think of how to equalize the teaching for them, right? They are from different cultures. I've had students from Germany, from Japan, from Korea who've just come to India for the first time and I have to deal with them. I have to give them equal attention. Also, because of the RTE, Right to Education, the NEP 2020 government policy, we have students from different socioeconomic backgrounds, and schools have to, kind of have that diversity and cater to children from different backgrounds, different abilities. And we have to, as teachers, also handle them, also, make them realize their full potential. Well, you would all agree that the current generation has a lot of information. They have, it's all fast paced. So because of that, their attention span is very, very short. So they find it hard to focus. And we have to plan for such learners. Rather, we have to plan for this generation, right? Also, if you pick up your phones, you will see that all of you have a different app from maybe your friend, your brother, your husband, your whoever, because everybody wants individualized experiences. So does Gen Alpha. So we also have to plan how to give these experiences, and innovative teaching practice, AI, tech, these that conjunction will only help us support that. Okay. Who can forget parents when we talk about students? They have also very high expectations. They want us to provide a nurturing environment. They want us to be very communicative, not only just provide academic content, but also teach them 21st century skills of collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and communication. They also want that we should be aware of the child's strengths and weaknesses so we can give them individual attention. And of course, they want very expert teachers, skilled, right? Another challenge that we all are facing is that because of the different uh, rules and the rights, which is a very good thing, we have to discipline children or students without punishing. So positive reinforcement, motivation has to be looked at. And you would also agree that because of the kind of big changes that have happened, because of the way the competition has increased, there's a lot of psychological issues also after COVID, so we have also had to handle them as counselors, right? So what does it mean? It means that we cannot teach this generation in the same old way that probably we learned or maybe was being taught 10, 15 years ago, right? So obviously that means there is an opportunity for teachers to upskill themselves, right? And the opportunities is that now parents are looking at, all parents are very keen to, have the children in international or premium schools. They're willing to spend a lot, not only just on school education, but also extracurricular activities. They want, the other thing is that for teachers now, you only don't have to work in a school. You have so many opportunities to teach online in coaching centers, right? And also another expectation that has changed is that schools are now looking for a new breed of teachers. Okay, they're looking for a teacher with a growth mindset, somebody who's student centered, somebody who's comfortable with technology, using technology and optimizing AI, who's a master, who obviously knows the subject very well and has mastery, who's using modern teaching methods and has a very good track record with student achievement, right? They also want teachers who are not only just teaching knowledge or even a skill. They want that competency. That means the child should be able to display success criteria. Okay. They want, and now because schools are busy places, they want teacher with good organizational and planning skills, and also somebody who will be engaging in professional development and who's flexible, because we have so many things that happen. Suddenly there's online classes, there is smog in Delhi, there is rain somewhere, right? So as a result of which, the conjunction of what the schools want. And then also we have recommendations from the NEP, National Education Policy, UNESCO, world organizations, right? That want teachers should have a strong foundation of research-based pedagogy, right? They want teachers should be experts in tech integration. There should be teaching should be done while developing 21st century skills. We should be using innovative practices like inquiry and project that are student centered, experiential learning, right? And also that teachers should use, according to NEP and UNESCO, have a holistic view. That means we don't look at only assessment as summative. It has to be formative, diagnostic, peer assessment, different types of assessment. And they want teachers should be managing and motivating classrooms rather than trying to, be strict with students, right? So obviously to overcome these challenges, to address the need of our alpha generation, that is the new learners, and also to teach at the premium schools or whichever school you think, is a progressive school. As teachers, we need to upgrade. Okay. So what we are here for, and I thank you once again for joining me, is for the professional certificate in innovative teaching practice. This comes with a certificate from Microsoft because you will be doing some modules also in technology as well as AI. And this certificate is endorsed by ATI, which is a UK-based organization. Okay. So in terms of what are the concepts that we are going to teach you, all the concepts are research-based practices, right? So I was talking to you briefly about WARC. Okay, so WARC is a particular, kind of framework or model where we believe that students have a particular style of learning or a learning style. They could be visual learners. They can learn by seeing. They love to see all these, charts, infographics, right? Or they could be learners which are auditory learners. They learn by hearing, podcasts, discussions, recording. Or they could be learners which learn best by doing, by role playing, scenario building, hands-on, hands-on learning. Or then there are learners who would learn by reading or writing, right? They like to get there, right? So now there's actually been the latest research by Swansea University. It reveals that there's a belief that WARC learning style, it's not only is it ineffective, but it may actually be harmful, right? So from a time where we believe this was a great way to plan our curriculum, this was a great way to, divide students or classify them, right? Here we are saying that anybody, what their claim is that we are not only one type of learner. You're not only visual or auditory or kinesthetic, or you are actually a mixture of all, right? And we can't be just one, right? The other thing, other problems that have been identified, or like we call it debunking of a theory, is that when we try this type of approach to plan our lessons or classify students or say this is the learning style, you can stereotype. You can end up as a teacher having to design four types of activities. So extra workload for you, lots of time. And it's not really true in professional life because when we have to sell a product or explain something, we have to do it in every type of way, right? The other thing that we will be learning in this course is how to use as a concept, as a latest researched concept, is to use analogies to enhance student retention. So we all are trying to teach something, right? But we also want, more importantly, that students should retain it, learn it, apply it, and be able to transfer it. Okay. So let's first talk about what is an analogy. An analogy is actually a figure of speech, which is a comparison between two different things. That means they are very different, but you highlight a similarity to aid understanding, right? So what happens when we use analogies? Okay, we'll talk about that, but let's look at an analogy, right? So if you were a biology or a science teacher and you needed to teach the circulatory system, right, which is hearts, arteries, veins, capillaries, if you compared that to the city's transportation system, right, as a comparison or what's called an analogy, right? And you explained that the heart was a central pump, just the way your bus stations, right? Your arteries were the highway because that's what carries blood. Your veins were your return routes, right? Because they bring the oxygenated blood back. And your capillaries were the local roads. You use that vision or image for your learners, right? As a analogy. So what would happen? It's a great idea to do it, of course, but there's been research that's done in 1980 by Mary Gick and Keith Holleck, and they are researchers from the University of Michigan. And the study was called Analogical Problem Solving in Cognitive Psychology, right? So this was really kind of very enlightening that students who received no analogy, that means no comparison, they were able to solve 18% of the problems, whatever was the questions. If they receive one analogy, like I just gave you the example of circulatory system to highway, the retention was 29%, right? But look at this. If they receive two or more analogies, their retention or their problem solving was 52%. That is massive, right? That is huge. Imagine as a teacher, if you knew this or you know aware of it, you would absolutely use analogies, right? So now you will say, thank you, Ms. Nishita, you've given a fantastic example. But how do we do this? I mean, never done this before, right? So, like I mentioned to you, we will be giving you access to the Up Educators, the AI tool. And on that, you can see how quickly and easy it is to generate an analogy. Just add your grade level, drop down list, add your topic. This is, of course, we've added ecosystem and you generate it. And you can see that there are so many analogies. If you're looking at the parts of an ecosystem, analogy is a recipe for a cake. If you're looking at food chains, the analogy is a relay race. If you're looking at biodiversity in ecosystem, the analogy is a sports team. If you're looking at human impact, the analogy is a balance sheet, balance scale, right? So when you generate this on our AI platform, you can either copy it or download it, and you can also use the analogies when you are, you know, teaching the lesson or planning the lesson, right? The other thing that we will be learning in this course is how to unlock the brain's potential. That means how to use neuroscience for transforming teaching and learning. Okay. So we all agreed that one of the problems or challenges was attention span of students is very low or reducing, right? But as a contrast, they are spending a lot of time on social media that they love doing, but why not study? Why not focus on the academic learning, right? So the thing is that it's very interesting that social media companies have actually, you know, learned a fact which I'm going to share with you about the concept of dopamine. Okay, that's something that is a neurotransmitter in the brain, right? That is the one that when it gets triggered, it plays a very big role in how we perceive pleasure and how we get motivated. Okay. So let's see how they're doing it and what's their smart strategy. Okay. So we all use social media, WhatsApp, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, so many things, right? Now, what do we do when we do that? First, we perform an action. We send a message, we write, we share, we post, we comment, right? Then what happens? Somebody may, if you're WhatsApp, they'll reply to it, they will give you a thumbs up, right? And then because you are very excited and it's a reward for you or something, you know, delightful, I would say, you do it again. Okay. So basically, this what gets triggered in your brain, the chemical or the feeling of pleasure or is something known as dopamine. And you are very likely to repeat the action when you are motivated, when you are excited, when you feel pleasure now. Like it's a pleasure, right? It's such a nice thing. Okay. So as teachers, what we need to do is we need to understand how to use dopamine to get our users to be engaged. Okay. So what we'll be learning in this course, in this innovative teaching practice, is how teachers can create engaging lessons, rewarding environment, set goals, gamify learning using technology and AI, encourage curiosity problem solving, have a culture, positive culture, personalized learning, right? And use a lot of visual and sensory approaches. Okay. So as a module, what we are going to be having a module is going to be the brain's potential, right? And in this module, we'll be learning the structure of the brain, the role in learning, right? How we can use it to improve teaching, how we can understand brain processing and and use strategies like analogies for memory retention, right? How we can use that for enhancing what applications can we use. And we will also be sharing with you very recent findings, latest research in neuroscience and its implication for educators. Okay. The third concept that we are going to be learning about is very important for teachers, how to design an effective lesson. Okay. So we all know that there are numerous benefits of an effective lesson plan. Your objectives are clear, you manage your time well, your resources are well used, you're able to differentiate your instruction, you can manage your class better, your confidence is better, your students are engaged. Of course, your curriculum is aligned and you can plan your assessment smartly and it's good for your professional growth, right? So, what are we going to be talking to you about? We are going to be talking to you about or teaching you or helping you to learn the innovative practice of structuring a lesson plan using the backward lesson planning, using Bloom's taxonomy, which is higher order thinking skills, right? 21st century skills, right? And we will also be, teaching you, or rather, the module is about digital tools, innovative teaching pedagogy, how to use active learning in a lesson, assessment, and differentiation. Right? We will also be teaching you how to structure a lesson plan, right? And there is a very great, fantastic technique called the backward design model. So all of us, when we teach, what do? We set a learning objective, we plan our assessment, and then we plan the lesson activities, right? But in the backward design model, we look at what outcome, success criteria we want students to, and then we plan real life engagements for them. Okay, so let's look at this kind of table that will help us to see what's the difference between backward design and the traditional design, right? So like I mentioned to you that in backward design, we start with the outcome, evidences, what students can, competency, what they can display. We plan hands-on activities. We plan authentic tasks to check their understanding, and we try to link it to the real life experiences, right? So just a moment. In the traditional design, what happens? We obviously teach in a very sequential manner. Lots of worksheets, lots of lectures, tests, worksheets, right? And the focus is on memorizing facts and processes. Yeah. So let's look at, one of the modules that we teach called innovative teaching practice. And this is one of our, teacher learners who shared how this has helped her and how learning about Bloom's taxonomy has been a very good experience for her. Let's listen.
Helpful, and for the first time I started loving Bloom's taxonomy, as I said before as well, because I was like, "Kyun banaye? Kaun hai Bloom?" So now, and the thing is, it got. I understood that at the right time. At present, we are focusing on that Bloom's taxonomy even while making plans and everything. So just because you all made us understood that in such a beautiful way, so now I can implement it and I can even share the same thing with others. Likewise, the other things that you all have taught so far, I have things at the back of my mind. Monday onwards, regular class will start, so I am definitely going to implement that. So the thing is, it has become my task. I made my task easier. So I'll really enjoy right now. Very helpful and
Right. So another thing that we're also going to be, equipping you with is how to plan a 21st century learning design and cross-curricular integration. That means whenever you're planning any task, whether you're a grade 5 teacher or a grade 10 teacher or a grade 2 teacher or you're a coordinator, right? So along with teaching a topic, a subject, you also want to teach 21st century skills. So anything that integrates 21st century learning design and has cross-curricular integration is a very effective lesson plan, right? So lessons that have collaboration, communication, knowledge construction, self-regulation, real-world problems, and ICT. Those are lessons that are very effective, and those are great, lessons for 21st century learners, right? We will also be teaching you in this course many innovative teaching methods to enhance learning outcomes, right? So amongst the teaching approaches, these are just a few: game-based learning, project-based learning, inquiry-based learning, integrated learning, and flipped teaching. Okay. So let's kind of go and decode it one by one. Okay. So let's look at a traditional classroom. What happens? There's a lecture and the children go home and do homework. But in a flipped classroom, because we have so many resources available, we send the resource, or could be a lecture, could be a resource, a case study, a video, even at any class. And when the children come to class, you can actually check for understanding, set up classroom tasks, right? So what happens in a flipped classroom? Previously, it was only about books, but now we have so many resources, videos, games, websites. We can send them to the students, and when they come to the class, we can focus on collaboration, on higher order thinking, right? On personalizing learning, on and we also will know how much students know rather than them just copy pasting from Chat GPT and bringing the homework to you. Okay, so again, you will say, "Thank you, Ms. Nishita. Great idea. But this looks like a lot of work, and how am I going to generate these flipped lesson plans?" So we will be again equipping you with access to the upeducators.ai. And again, on this, you can very easily and literally within seconds choose the grade, put your topic or LO, learning objectives, any other details that you wish to add, you can do that. And again, in a jiffy, you will have this flipped lesson plan generated by AI, right? Learning objectives, classroom activity, pre-class resources, in-class activities, post-class activities, and even assessment criteria, right? What should be the closure? What should be the extended activities? What should be the reflection? What should be the homework tasks, right? And again, all this you can copy it, you can download it. So all these are available resources. This is a very smart way as a teacher to be using AI, right? So we're going to be doing that. You're also going to be learning the best practices of innovative teaching practice. And like I mentioned, that we have these teachers who practice in the Olympiads. And of course, thanks to them, we have a great library of video lessons of best teaching practices. And I'm just going to show you one quick resource, which you can see that. This was the Math Olympiad. Please have a look at the teacher's class.
Jai Hind everyone, I am Rashika Agarwal from Sunbeam School Varuna, a teacher of grade 1. I create a magic of learning and positive learning environment outside and inside the classroom and shaping the young minds with curiosity and cognitive thinking for future learning and growth. The topic for today is money. The objectives for money is the child will understand the money as a medium of exchange. They will understand the importance of money and the barter system that was being used earlier. They will be able to count the money by subtraction and addition. They will be able to recognize different notes and coins. They will understand the importance of banks and saving of money. So the lesson will be started with a flip learning video that will be sent a day prior to the children related to barter system. They will be so the lesson will.
Right. So we're not going to watch the whole video, but just in way of letting you know that we have these activities or these resources available. We will also teach you how to plan activity-based learning, right? So whenever you plan an activity-based learning, the traditional activities we do in classroom could be a teacher-led lecture, questions at the end, silent reading, copy notes, right? But when we talk about active learning, it is about involving the students to, work independently, of course, with supervision. In activities, there's just a few: think, pair, share, think, write, share, round robin, jigsaw activity, gallery walk, QAXP. You must be wondering what that is. So QAXP is actually a very smart strategy when you want to do a quick revision, right? Or you want, let's say you have 4 students in a group. So you make one student the Q person, which is the questioning. He asks the question. The A person, that means the second student, answers the question. The third student, he is the adder. He adds one more interesting fact to the question. And in the fourth student, he paraphrases it, right? So that way, in a way, you have got children to recap a concept. You don't have to start recapping everything yourself, right? Now, again, you'll say, "Thank you, great idea. That's a lot of work. How do I plan, so many kind of activities?" So again, we will be, sharing this resource with you, teaching you how to use it using AI to generate activity ideas. Okay. So again, it's very simple. You have to just fill in your grade level, your topic, and you can see so many activities which are active learning, which involves students in an active manner, right? From scavenger hunt to eco innovation fair to climate art, right? These all can be generated in a jiffy. Of course, you can choose which ones you want to do, what you have time for. You can't do all of them. But imagine if you have such a bank. As a teacher, it's so quick, right, to plan out, and it's such a smart thing for you to be doing. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of AI you will be learning, tech tools. We'll also be having a module on alternative assessment and feedback. So basically, we all know tests, exams are assessment, right? But we'll be learning about the different types of assessment, how to use tools like rubrics, how to design AI-proof assignments, right? How to give feedback, right? What is the importance of feedback, and how to use reflection as part of the feedback process, right? Now, another thing that we will be equipping you with is access to the AI or using AI for checking assignments, right? So you can see that this is an image of World Environment Day, as in it's an essay of it, right? And you can upload that. Again, very simple to do that using AI. Write the instruction, and you can get a very detailed evaluation. And this is going to really help you, because as teachers, one of the biggest or the most time consuming jobs we have is corrections, right? So we can definitely, leverage AI to help us with. Okay. So another topic that we have is the concept of differentiation. And this is, beautiful cartoon that says that we are all our exams or education is very cookie cutter, right? But we need to differentiate. So we will be having this module on differentiation because we have students, like I explained to you earlier, about diverse learners, different backgrounds, right? So we have to have ways of differentiating. We cannot only differentiate in one way. We have a particular technique of differentiating the content, what we teach, how we teach, the process, and how we evaluate, right? And we always have to keep the student at the center by looking at their readiness level, their interest, their learning profiles, right? And like I explained to you, that we will be also teaching you tools, digital tools, and helping you develop competency to engage Gen Alpha. Okay. So these are the topics. Amongst the topics, there are many more that you will be learning: website building, virtual tour, AR, augmented reality, videos, gamification, digitizing your classroom, storybooks, comic books, Canva, which is a fantastic tool, how to use chat forums, how to use online assessment and video editing. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little demo of how you can use Google Earth. If you were teaching, say, a history topic and you wanted to expose them to, a virtual tour of a particular monument, right? You can do something like that. Um, Also, we will be teaching you how to create your websites for the either for your school or your portfolio or students. Yeah. So this is just again a demo of how we will, using Google Sites. You can actually create this kind of a website, and say if you were having a fancy dress competition, this is how you could do it. So you can also insert a Google form in it. So if you want people to, register for the event, you can actually do that, right? We will be also teaching you how to make interactive presentations. So when you're teaching students, rather than just showing them PPTs, you can show them a 3D image of the Taj Mahal. You can also in your, show them a virtual reality, a monument using VR. You can put in some, flipping, what this is called as quiz, or gamification in your learning, right? We'll also be teaching you 10 AI tools to create teaching resources, right? So obviously, this website that you will have access to will help you with your curriculum, lesson plan, presentations, making quizzes or creating quizzes, assignments, videos, right? So let's look at another of the examples, how if you want to create notes for a topic of climate change on ecosystems, right? AI can help you to generate this. And not only can you with AI generate just the, blurbs or just sentences, you can also insert in mind maps, right? Or images. So that's also a great way of explaining concepts, right? So again, mind maps. Yeah, this is something we can do. We also have a module on classroom management, which is a very important topic for a teacher to know. So in the classroom management, you will be learning about, how to understand the psychology of the students, their needs, how to use the antecedent behavior and consequence model to solve up. So sorry, let's just done a skip here. Yeah. Yeah. And also how to use technology and how to motivate your students and how to not only develop IQ, but also EQ and SQ. Okay. There's a very important concept of my hierarchy of need, which says when actually for learning to happen, the physiological safety, belonging, and esteem needs need to be met, right? We also have additional modules on growth mindset, which is about how we can teach our students or empower them to, be positive, to be very resilient, and we will be, using the Maslow's and self-determination theory. And the intention of this is to increase student engagement, right? We have a module, fantastic module on SEL, social emotional learning. And we all understand the importance of emotional health, right? We'll be learning how to create the curriculum, incorporate mindfulness, right? And make it a part of our routine. Okay. We also have a module which is part of this course on digital storytelling, like I was telling you, pedagogy, technology, AI, right? It's a three-pronged course that you're going to be doing. In this, you'll be learning how to create digital stories, incorporating multimedia elements, right? And how to use stories for your lesson plans. And this develops critical thinking in students, right? We have a beautiful and a very effective module on design thinking and the creative problem solving solutions and techniques, and how to apply them in education, because and through design thinking, they will foster the creativity and innovation. We also have a module on employability, where we will be helping you to create your resume and prepare for interviews, your portfolio. And once again, we have, as part of the upeducators.ai platform, we have a generator, a resume generator. And again, I'm going to just give you a small demo of how your resume can be very smartly tailored using AI. Of course, you have to feed in the information and then it comes up with a very beautiful draft and a very crisp draft, right? Which is how your, application will be getting eyes, because people have to see how well you have made your application. Okay. So again, all these things can be downloaded. And a lot of, things that we'll be teaching you, which are also subject specific, because I know all of you are coming from different backgrounds. Some of you are earlier teachers, some of you are teaching math in primary, some of you are senior school teachers, some of you may be teaching in colleges, right? So we will be teaching you, or rather, we will be helping you access it and also teach you how to use these apps. And of course, these are all free apps as part of your course. So in languages, we will be using Book Creator, Story Jumper, Duolingo, Read Along, Google Translate, right? All of that. In mathematics, we'll be teaching you how to use GeoGebra, Fed simulation, gamification apps, Equator, RoboCompass, GeoBoard, Google Earth, right? Again, in science, there are so many tools and apps, but we'll be teaching you tools like Physics Classroom, Chem Collective, Arduino Science Journal, Nearpod, 3D models, Fed simulation, right? And again, in social science, also, I just showed you the Google Earth, using also map layouts, timelines, how to use apps to, create a timeline, how to access 360-degree views. We just saw the Hawa Mahal, right? And in this, you make it very interactive for your learners. Okay? If you're a preschool teacher or early years teacher, we will be teaching you how to use apps like Reading Bear, phonics skills, um, ABCYA, Story Jumper, Jolly Phonics. Okay. Now let me introduce you to our training teams. This is Miss Manju Borkar. She is our academic head. She's been a principal and director and a very experienced tech trainer, AI and tech trainer. I'm Nishita. I've had a 20 plus years teaching experience, admin experience, training experience, teaching in all curriculums, IB, CBSE, Cambridge. So yeah, and worked all over the world as well. And we have Miss Shifali Saxena, and we have a very big team who will be training you. Miss Binaz Irani is our SCL educator. Dr. Vinita Dubey, takes the modules on project management. And Miss Lokmudra Mohanty is a TED speaker, or she has a module on storytelling. Now, let me share with you what are the certifications that you will get when you do this course. As I mentioned, upon completion of this course, you will be getting an AT certificate or a certificate from AT. That's a UK-based organization. Upon completion of the digital tools and the AI, topics. And of course, there is a short exam which you have to take, and I'll explain that to you. You will be getting the Microsoft Certified Educator. This is, of course, a soft copy. And then we'll also be sharing a program completion certificate from UP Educators with you. Okay. Now, you'd want to know what are the specifics of this. What does this entail? Basically, it is a hands-on training. That means it's an online. You have to submit 8 portfolio assignments, and we have an LMS, learning management, platform on which you will be submitting your work. There are 8 plus assignments and quizzes. There is a mock exam for the digital module, which is on Microsoft. We also have regular doubt solving sessions and mentor support. For every class that you attend, the recording as well as the course material can be accessed and downloaded. We keep our batches like limited so that we can be very interactive. And the class timings are from 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. 3 days a week, right? So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this course is for 6 weeks. And we'll be very shortly starting with a new batch for which you can enroll, right? These are our contact details. And in the chat window, right now, I have just shared with you the link for the course, right? So that you can get your certificate. And I'm also sharing with you the training course details. You'll be very interested to know what are the fees. So our fees are 13,900 for training and 6,000 for the MCAT exam, which comes to 18,900 plus GST, and of course the exam voucher, right? But currently with this link that I've shared with you, it's a coupon code or a webinar code. If you wish to access that, you will be able to get the special rate of 13,900 plus 18% GST, right? So this is inclusive of your course training fee and the AT-MCE exam, as well as the master classes. So it's a really exclusive course offer that we are giving you. And to generate the certificate, the participation certificate, I've just shared the link with you. One more time, I'm sharing it with you. Once you fill in the details, you will be getting the certificate in your mail and you can access it. In case your school wants to have a demo session, you may please reach Malvika at upeducators.com or at this number 99234 60060, right? I also want to take this opportunity to just run you through the popular courses that are offered by us, and then I'm very happy to take your questions post that. But yeah, just a quick one about the courses that we offer. We offer the Google Certified Educator. This is a 5 to 7 week course. If you wish to become a Google Certified Trainer, this course is also available at UP Educators for 8 weeks. Then the MCE, the certificate that you will be getting in your course, is also can be done as a standalone for 5 weeks. We have a course called Online Teaching with Google Certification. This is for 6 weeks. The course that you are here attending the webinar for is Innovative Teaching Practice. And like I mentioned, 6 to 8 weeks, you'll be learning innovative teaching practice, digital tools, and AI application, right? We also are a partner with Cambridge, and we conduct this Cambridge International Certificate and Diploma in Teaching and Learning, and I teach on that course. That's a 4-month course. We also conduct a course for nursery teachers training, early childhood care, and this is a 6 to 12 month, depending on whether you do the diploma or the PG diploma, and I teach on this course as well. We have another course called Advanced AI for Educators, a 5-week course, STEM Robotics 10-week course, Certified STEM Teacher 10-week course, Digital Marketing, which is a very good course for, if you have a coaching center, you're an administrator, principal, and Coding AI course for educators, and Instructional Design course, right? So for more details, you can please reach to upeducators.ai. But now I'd like to please take your questions, any queries, and of course, I have just unmuted everybody. So if you wish to unmute yourself and ask the question, have a query at all, I'd be very happy to answer that. Right? So look forward to hearing from you. If you want to ask me any question, you have any doubts, you have any questions, I'm happy to take it, right? But please do fill up this form so that you can get your webinar certificate and of course the offer for the course. Any questions, any queries, anything that you wish to ask me? I'm very happy to take your questions. And if you wish to unmute and speak, you are unmuted anyway. But you're most welcome, to speak and share your perspective. Any questions, any queries? Hi, Vaishali, would you like to ask me something? I can see you've unmuted your
Yes,
mic.
ma'am. Yes, good
Yeah.
evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
I am a pre-primary teacher.
Yes, Vaishali. Yeah.
So that action songs, yeah, stories, how can we teach the students? Like
Action.
role
Yeah.
demonstration, yes, role play,
Right, right.
through the
Yes.
role play.
Yes, thank you, Vaishali. That's a really good question. So basically, when we are talking about, teaching students through role play, these are all very active learning strategies, right? So we have a
Yes,
particular module which is called active learning and, engaging students. And in that, we will share with you how can you involve students, how can you, generate a lot of stories also using AI, using technology, and also how to plan out. So say if you have 20 students who are 5 years old, right? What could
yeah,
be the activities you could do for them? What could be the different, with that story, what can you do? You could also create many assignments, worksheets for them, coloring sheets for them. So, Vaishali, in this course, because you will be having access to the AI tools, free AI tools, and all these apps also, you will be learning many ways to use technology to teach your learners. You can use
yes.
technology, you can use a story, you'll also learn how to create digital storybooks, digital
Children, they,
videos.
yes, excuse me. Children, they are not able to write the capital letters, small letters. So they are
Yes.
not interested to write. What to do
Yes.
for that time?
So you have to find things that motivate them. In fact, we had that topic called motivating the students. So depending on
Okay.
their interest levels, what are their interests? What do they like? How do you personalize the learning? So we'll be teaching you all these strategies, and it will be very helpful for you, Vaishali, especially with
Oh,
young learners because they are so different that it gets very
yes,
challenging for a teacher.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishali. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kajal, for joining us. I'm glad you found it to be informative. And I would look forward to all of you, joining us and being part of this course.
Uh, Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, good evening, Paulomi.
Ma'am, you just mentioned about CIDTL course.
Yes, I did.
So do you offer it in online mode or it is only available in offline mode?
No, Paulomi, we are only offering it in online, the course.
Online,
Online, yes.
online mode. Ma'am. Okay.
Only online. Yeah, only.
And what is the course duration for this?
Yeah, so as I've just shown it on my screen right now, this will take you a period of about 4 months. If you do the diploma, then it's slightly longer. It will be almost 8 months then in that case.
8 months. And like a batch wise, it will be conducted.
Yes, it is. So currently
And
the batch has begun in February, and we are currently
hmm, okay. So every year, and what is the enrollment process or and also I would like to know about the time when the notification is out to pursue the
sure,
course.
sure. So, Pallavi, what I'll request you is, the link that I shared with you. That's actually a form that you need to fill up, right? So, in that you can fill up, and if there is a section in that, you can mention the course that you are
For the
interested in.
CIDTL.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
exactly.
yes.
But what
Okay.
I can also do is I'm just going to show you on my screen what is the number that you can call, and then I just going to go back to that. Yeah. So basically, you can please contact this number 9923460060, right? Or you can mail
Okay, ma'am.
Malvika. If you like, I can even copy that for you. Malvika at the rate of upeducators, right? .com. So you can reach out to her, and she will be able to help you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Shifali. It was very nice of you to join us, and it's really lovely that all of you could join us. It's a really wonderful course, very informative, lots of AI tools, tech tools, and innovative teaching that you can apply to any class, any learning. And even if you're a college, professor, this is definitely going to be the most recent research-based tools that you will be using.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Myself, Roma here.
Hi.
Yeah, I am an English and social studies teacher teaching
Yeah.
secondary section. I want
Okay.
to ask that how can we also learn here how to make history interesting for the students, because students find history so boring. They usually sleep in class, and even we also feel boring while teaching when students are not interested.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Roma, I know it's very a subject that people feel they don't see the relevance of, right? They don't know why they're learning
Yeah,
it now. It's over.
yeah,
What do I need to do that, right?
yeah,
So for
yeah.
children, obviously, there are so many great interactive, active learning tools, right? Where, let's say, as an example, we have something called gallery walk as one of our active learning strategies in our module, where, say, if you are doing a revision of your first term, so you ask all the children to choose one character and to be dressed up or, talk about that character and share some key points about that. So there are many ways in which you can get students to take the lead or, of learning rather than it just being. So why history is boring is because it feels like there's nothing interesting. It's just,
Yeah.
and they have to just keep listening. It's not like computers, they can do something, right? They can think about it. So in even history, we have to think of very active learning strategies, activity based strategies, group learning, collaborative learning, debates. We have to use those strategies which the learners are engaged. The other thing, you can also use gamification, right? Which is how we play a game. Similarly, using technology, we can create a lot of quizzes for them, Quizlet. Many tools are there which we'll be teaching you. So you have to make it fun and exciting. And every time they win a level, they get some stars or they reach the level. That's what will motivate them, right? But the topic has to be taught. The subject has to be
Yeah.
taught. The concept has to be taught.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. I have one more question.
Sure.
You talked about this course in innovative teaching practices, and there is also a course, this Google Certified Educator. Which one
Yes.
is more better from both of these? Because both are so running, and people are wanting to do both the courses. And Google Certified is one of the most popular courses right now. So,
Yeah.
which one
Yeah.
should be opt for from both?
So if you wish to, basically upskill yourself as a teacher with best teaching practices, best teaching pedagogy, I would say innovative teaching practice. But if you want
Okay.
to master or optimize using Google tools per se,
Okay.
then Google certified, right? But as part
Okay.
of this course, we or Roma, we also
Yes,
have
sir.
the Microsoft certified educators. You will be learning how to use the MCE tools, Microsoft certified tools.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Hi, Pooja. You've just put your hand up. You have a question to ask?
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi,
Yeah,
hello.
Pooja is here. Yes, hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to ask you that any eligibility criteria is there for enrolling any course
So,
or age,
yeah.
age and
So, yeah, no,
eligibility?
there's no eligibility. There's nothing but age.
Hmm.
And, basically we just have a form. And I think as a teacher, if you feel you want to upskill yourself, you could definitely do that. Of course, if you do the Cambridge certificate course, then we will have some criterias. But then once you talk to, our counselor, they will guide you on that. But for all the courses, if you are a practicing teacher or even a new teacher, you can all enroll for all of these courses.
Those who are working, so working professional, there is any weekend kind of time
Yes,
batch is there or the common batch is there?
No, so Pooja, all our courses are meant for working people, like in the sense that it's in the evening. So the innovative teaching practice for which you are attending the webinar is from 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the night.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So by 8:30, everybody is back, right? You come back, you finish dinner and all of that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So all our courses are evening courses. Nothing starts before 5:30 p.m.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you very much. Right, everybody. So I thank you very much for joining us and thank you for the questions. Anybody else has any other query or question, I'm very happy to answer. But yeah, once again, I'm just sharing with you the webinar, and the coupon code. So please do fill that up, and you will be getting your webinar certificate. And also our team will reach out to you if you wish to enroll for any course or have any questions. So please, you can reach our team, and they'll be happy to help you with this. So I thank you all and wish you all a very good night. And thank you for joining us. Yeah, thank you, Pooja. Thank you very much, Barsha.